Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Everything going smooth.
Yeah. And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of V-Time, episode 156. We got a very good episode for you today. Not only we got another Dragon Tree, plus an extra triple rare that is so fucking good, but some really fun news for the new year coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see Alex's excitement.
Did I... All I know is I'm going to talk about something I really don't want to talk about. It's because it gave me PTSD.
But with all that being said, we're going to go straight into the episode. But before that, if you're interested in buying any cards from TCG Player, please use our affiliate link down below.
Your purchases through this link help support the channel so we can bring more great videos like this straight to you guys.
And with that script out of the way, we're going to go straight into leaks. So, the wiki is being a little bit fucky in the sense of not uploading some of the stuff. Granted, a lot of the stuff we'll be covering is promos. So, for Twisted Events, Alex, cover a Brain Gate card.
Lady Fencer of Quantum Resurgence.
Not only Joker.
Yeah. It's a grade 1 rare. Continuous rearguard. If your order zone has 2 or more cards, this unit gets power +5. Active during your opponent's turn 2.
Other than it being active during both turns, this is just another grade 1 13k.
The fun fact though is that, it says cards, not orders.
Correct.
So, jailing things can actually get this to proc.
And monsters can get this to proc.
Yes.
Granted, you're never going to run into monsters, but that's a different story. Anyway, I need to be on the thing. Moving on. One more.
Yes.
Because we got to cover another YouTuber.
Prolific Orange. Not Outer Orange. Grade 3 rare order, normal order. Play this card with cost counterblast 1. Call up to 2 planet tokens.
All right, Mr. Roar Player, how good is this?
It's alright. I mean, I know this is going to be good whenever we get the new red line that makes the rose tokens instead of the regular planet tokens. So, yeah.
But until we get that, this is only a Roar support.
Exactly.
All right. We're going really good pace here. So we're going to start off with some promos that got revealed on the Tuesday stream. So these promos are for V-Series, because apparently they completely abandoned V-Series as support and sets. Granted, they did say we're going to get some V selection, maybe, hopefully, in the new year. But until we do that, we are going to be happy with promos for V. For example, Stealth Dragon Shingeki. It's a grade 2 9k for Nubatama. Auto, Vanguard Rearguard, once per turn, when this unit attacks, while boosted, Soul Blast 1, and if your opponent's hand has 4 or more cards, your opponent chooses a card from their hand and discards it. Auto Hand, at the beginning of your ride phase, if your Vanguard is grade 1 or less. Cost, this card, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 grade 2 or less card from among them, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. Interesting. You play Nubatama, Alex, what do you think about this?
Still okay card. The biggest thing is the second skill, which is spoiler alert, a new cycle of cards that are coming as promos. Because it helps you fix your red line. The discard thing's nice. They have to have 4 or more, so it's like me. I mean, it's still good. It's still a straight discard, which is great. Overall, I think it's a pretty solid.
I am a little bit intrigued of this card in the sense of, cool, it is a fixer, but you do only look at top 5 for grade 2 or less, so it only really fixes grade 1 and 2 ride lines. So it really is only good for grade 1, because imagine if this is the only grade 2 in your hand, are you really going to ditch it to maybe get a grade 2 on top 5?
Yes, actually.
Really?
Because if you're playing, this is Nubatama, you're going to be searching out either Gale or the other one that is draws you a card when it bounces something. So it gets your combo pieces for your Vanguard that you want on Vanguard.
But even this thing could get rid of a card out of their hand since it has a Vanguard ability.
Yes. I mean, if you want to ride it, even if you don't see anything out of the top 5, at least you can ride it because it's at the beginning of ride phase, not main phase.
Yeah, but at the beginning of ride phase, the cost is to discard this.
Oh, true.
See what I mean?
Yeah, fair. I mean, if your deck's really built around that one combo, I mean, I can see where the discard's worth it.
You're not wrong. Anyway, we're gonna move to the other V promo. This time for Aqua Force.
This one's on a whole different caliber. This is the welcome back to the whole you need a promo to play the game kind of game promo.
Yeah, it was so good that Alex thought this was for Flagwork something before realizing this is a V card.
Yeah, but
we got
welcome to getting 5 attack rush in Aqua Force
again. Reprint Strike Dragon. Very fun name. It's a grade 2 9k Aqua Force unit. Auto, Vanguard Rearguard once per turn when this unit attacks while boosted. Cost, counterblast 1, stand this unit. And if there is a 4th battle of this turn or more, this unit gets 10k until the end of turn. If this unit is on Vanguard, choose a card from your hand and discard it. And then it has Auto, Hand. At the beginning of your ride phase, if your Vanguard is a grade 1 or less, discard a card, look at top 5, yada yada yada. It's the same effect as the other grade 2. So we're starting to see maybe this very trend of Vanguard Rearguard abilities and then a discard to fix, which is interesting. But at the same time, like you said, I honestly wouldn't mind having this on Vanguard. Good sir, this is a restanding Vanguard. Yes, I did your card, but it's 2 drive checks. Yeah,
but if you're playing Aqua Force, you're probably playing Tidal Assault.
You're probably playing Coral Assault.
Yeah. But say you Tidal Assault, right? Mm-hmm. Swing with Rearguard, restand. Swing with Rearguard, swing with Rearguard, swing with this. It's 4th battle, so it procs. Restand in battle to give +10. And you get the reswing again with a drive check. So you get 2 drive checks, technically. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to discard a card, but I mean, like, sure, you're getting 2 drive checks.
Pretty much.
2 Vanguard swings.
Are we really going to do this? Are we going to showcase this cards? Probably not. Building 2 V decks just because of 2 promos is not really worth it. Maybe down the road, maybe.
When I get the new V clan selection, yeah, we probably will run these in that.
Oh, 100%.
I don't see why you wouldn't.
But some promos that we might actually do decks for example, this next one, I want to do this. We have D promos, and this time for Dark States, Squalid Freaks. It is a grade 2 10k for Dark States, and it goes into 1 deck and 1 deck only. Continuous Soul. If you did not ride this turn, this unit gets grade +2, making it grade 4 in your soul. Mm-hmm. And an Auto Soul, when your grade 3 or greater Vanguard attacks, if you did not ride this turn, bind discard all of your front row units, get power 5k until the end of turn. This is meant for Favernil, and Favernil only.
Are we actually getting Favernil in English?
I am speculating that set 9 might contain Favernil as a double rare. We do not know this. This is not confirmed. So at this current point, we are not getting Favernil in English unless they do something stupid.
Because this would be hilarious if you get this card and be like, well, what is this deck supposed to go in? Well, you know.
Yeah, there's this one card that technically exists, but they forgot to put it in a set like Graham Grace, you know.
Because it's really awkward because Graham Grace is actually in a set.
That's what I'm saying. It may be in set 9. Who knows? Only time will tell. However, we got to move on to the next promo. Yes, a lot of promos today. Or technically this week. And this time for Stoicheia, we got Hunter of the Forest. It is a grade 1 8k for Stoicheia and has 2 nifty abilities. Auto, when this unit is placed on rear by card's ability, you may soul charge 1. And then Auto Rearguard, when this unit boosts, if you have a Vanguard with Leonorn in its card name, choose a unit in the same column as this turn, and get power 5k until the end of turn. So
I mean,
Leah support.
The first ability is generic across everything. But it doesn't matter because you're going to play this in Leonorn because you just put this behind the column that the triple rare from set 8's not or 7's not in. So that way when you restand it, it has that power +5 on it.
Yee. And you look, you finally get a fucking soul charger.
Yeah. You don't have to go out of your way now. And it's a grade 1, so it's at least a good booster.
Yep. So both of these cards are going to be very nice things to test out to see how much they improve the decks. Because Leonor does need some help. Like
Anything.
a lot of help.
Any support for Leonor is good support.
Pretty much. But we got one more promo because this is basically a whole promo campaign for packs. There's going to be other promos we're going to cover later as well. And the last promo we're going to cover is actually for Lyrical Monasterio. It's a grade 1. Admirable going to school, right? Question mark. Rivora. Like I said, she's a grade 1, but she's a 6K. Why? Because she goes into specific decks. Continuous. Rearguard. If you have a Vanguard, Hazard, or Medial in its card name, and this unit was placed this turn, you get all of trigger units on rearguards and in your deck are regarded as normal units instead. And then, continuous rearguard. During your turn, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Hazard or Medial in its card name, all of your other rearguards in the same column as this unit get power 5k. Alex, you played, I think, both of those Lyrical decks. You tell me how good this is.
I'll start with the weaker one of this first, and then I'll tell you how dumb it is. This card really is afterwards. So the Medial support for this just means that now you're guaranteed to get normal units ripped off the top of your deck instead of triggers, so you basically can stack your deck. Wait, is it regarded or changed?
The way this translation I am reading from our Discord is worded, it says all of the trigger units on rearguard and in your deck are regarded as normal units instead.
Okay, instead. That matters. Because I was going to say, if it counts as both, that'd be hilarious because that means you get both the effects off of Medial, which is dumb. But no, it just means that, okay, cool. You can, if you need to rig your lottery system, here's a way to rig it. The other ones were dumb because now your trigger units are normal units, which means now you can bot date your trigger units and keep recycling them back into your deck.
Granted,
Yay.
That means you need to call your triggers, which...
Yes. But if you really want that over trigger back in your deck, you can throw down the over trigger, call this. Hey, cool, it's a normal unit. Attack with it. Goes to the bottom of the deck and I draw.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong one bit. Anywho, yes?
And your trigger's not hitting, it's not going to be a problem because if it's in front of this, it gets +5. So there'll be 10Ks for regular and 9Ks for the effect triggers.
Very true. Very, very, very true. Anyway, like I was saying, this is all part of a promotion where we're going to get more of these promos and stuff. But another thing coming with these promos is actually 3 reprint cards. Yes, you heard me right. 3 reprint cards are coming inside of these promo packs. And Alex, please tell me what these reprints are, because oh boy, these are some picks.
The Tamiyura Blitz Order, that minus is 10. The Penguin for Brain Gate,
Tecton,
and Drilling, and Pecton, yes, and then the Drilling Angel for Keter.
Oh boy. I will say these all are rares getting reprinted. I really hoped they would go a little bit step further and reprint some cards as for example Enlepos, as per example Swirler, Brainwash Swirler.
Because Borlon, he's still trying to get more playsets of Bovamines.
Exactly. Those staples. Well, I understand why you wouldn't want to reprint those staples as promo cards since they are triple rares. At the same time, we really need some, we really need a reprint set in D already. We interrupt this broadcast to tell you, go buy playmats for Christmas.
Yeah. Who doesn't like having stocking stuffers with some rubber?
I know, right?
Don't.
Zero Damage Gaming has brought back some legacy playmats for the month of December. And which means with Christmas around the corner, this is the last chance to get them before they run out. So go to zerodamagegaming.com, look at some of the old playmats, some great designs there. Use code TopDeckHeroes and stuff your stockings like Alex said.
Exactly.
You are cringing at that joke too much.
I do.
All right, back to the regular scheduled broadcast. Woo! But with these 3 cards, as we're a little bit hopeful that we weren't going to get it, But until we do, we're going to move on to the other cards that got leaked in the Tuesday stream. And oh boy, I fell in love with it instantly. And Alex just hates his life because of it.
Oh, God.
You love these cards, don't you?
Yeah, I might as well talk about them. Assault
Hey. That's why I gave you the early cards so I can grab these. You step away right now. This is my shit.
Go ahead.
This just became my main Brentgate deck. We have Velstra Support. And people who watched the video already know how stupid this is, but we're still going to cover it. So we're going to start off with the new product grade 2 order, Assault Fight Carrier Lubetzel. Like I said, grade 2 order. It's a rare, so it's going to be easy to get. And you definitely play at least 3, if not 4 of this card. I'm going to be playing 4. Auto. When this card is placed on order zone, if you have a Vanguard with Blitz in its card name, draw a card, Soul Charge 1. These are both mandatory, but your whole ride line is Blitz. You're always going to get this whenever you play this card. Also note, there is no restriction to play this card. And then Operate Auto Order Zone. This card is operated if you are in main phase. Look at 5 cards on the top of your deck. Choose up to 1 card that's grade is less than your Vanguard or equal to. Should be say it's I'm just gonna read it from the Discord. The wiki's been really fucky. When this card is played operated, if you have main phase, look at the top 5 cards there, choose up to 1 unit card from among the with grade less than or equal to your Vanguard, call it to rear guard, and shuffle your deck. If it is your battle phase, draw a card. So not only do you get the plus when you operate this wood thing during the main phase by looking at top 5 and potentially putting something on board and deck thinning, if you really want to operate this during the battle phase, you get to draw. Velstra just got fixed in 1 card really fast, but then there's another card that made him even better fixed. So one of the Velstra's biggest, I won't say problems, but hurdles, was getting the grade 3 fly shoots maximum into the order zone. If you went second, you could put it into the order zone with a grade 1, but you needed it in hand, and it also cost a CB. So you really minused a lot just to get it in the order zone. If you went first, you could get in the order zone by persona riding, but then again, you need a persona ride to do it. So again, it was really hard, and it needed to stay in your deck. Well, now we got a triple rare that fixes both of these problems and also pluses us a wazoo. We got Operate Master Freihates. And oh my god, yes, he is Operate Master, definitely. We're going to start off with Auto. When this unit is placed on rearguard, if your order zone has a set order, Counterblast 1, discard a card from your hand, search your deck for up to 1 card with the same card name as your Vanguard or a product card, reveal it and put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. If you have a Vanguard with Velstra in its card name, choose up to 1 product card from your hand and put it into your order zone. And then Auto. Rearguard. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if you have a Vanguard with Velstra in its card name, Soul Blast 2, choose a product card from your order zone and operate it. Oh, this guy gives me goosebumps. He gives you goosebumps too, doesn't he?
The fact that they can operate to like 4 times in a turn.
It's a lot of soul, but yes.
My senior Vanguard, popping your rear guards, multi-attacking, while bumping up their Vanguard. Or possibly, if they want to, that's just off the other order, right? That's not even the new one. If they wanted to, they can operate the new one 4 times and draw 4 cards a turn on top of drive checks.
Well, technically, 1 plus the board and then 3 draws, but yes, you are correct.
Yeah,
So Alex is on point. This 1 card not only can search out your persona rides or even your grade 2 or grade 3 orders, but also put them in the order zone immediately. Your opponent can be a grade 2, so your grade 3 flash hits maximum can already be in the order zone. Or you can get a persona ride, get you prepped ready, or you can get the grade 2 to plus more cards because when it's placed, you get a draw and soul charge. Overall, this card is really good. It's balanced also because you have the Counterblast 1 as well as discard a card. Can you imagine with just Counterblast 1, you'd be plussing out the wazoo even more?
It's also Soul Blast 2, so if you're not careful, you can really go through your resources fast.
Correct. So overall, this card, cost-wise, is really balanced. Effect-wise, oh my god, it made everything so much better. And Alex is really on point. In the perfect setup, you're probably only using one of this, but you're still going to be maybe able to operate a minimum of 2 times and not 3 if you get the right setup, because you still have 2 all cards that can operate during the main phase, and then Velstra that can on battle and this on battle. Overall, this unlocks the ability to have 5 attacks in Velstra, because you can operate 2 Flash Hits maximums, one with Velstra and one with him. And that gets stupid, because that is basically retire 2, neg 10 to Vanguard, and 5 attacks. Velstra got fixed with 2 cards, and I'm loving it.
You know, the worst part about this card, now that I think about it, is if you know it can't hit, right? Stay defensive over it. You can just swing, operate it to call the trigger the maximum, neg their Vanguard and bring it out.
Yep.
By bouncing it back to hand. And you're like, all right, cool, well, we're going to knock you back down a little bit past that defensive trigger so they can hit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think in the game you hit 2 defensives, and I was still swinging at your 18 Vanguard.
Mm-hmm.
It was so beautiful. One more thing to note about this card, the Order Master. He is technically also a generic card in his first ability. You do not have to have a product card in your order zone. You just need to have a card in your order zone, or a set order technically. So he is technically a persona right searcher for any Brain Gate deck.
Yeah.
I don't know how good that is in other decks, but hey, maybe someone's going to try it out and see what happens, because that's just still a very good little addition to the card.
Yeah.
All right, enough of me gushing over Velstra. Alex, take over some more Keter support.
Yes. You got a grade 3 common relevance, Revelance?
Hey man, English is your first language.
Slash Dragon. Auto, when this unit is placed on rear guard from hand, cost Soul Blast 1, choose a grade 2 or greater card from your drop and put it on top of your deck.
I am very confused with this card.
This is great in premium.
Okay, fair, but this is not premium.
Put Amaterasu on the top of your deck.
This is not in premium. Let's look at this set. What is coming out in this set Keter-wise that is supporting this thing technically?
It's either Youthberg or it's Bastion. I mean, technically you put a grade 3 on top of your deck so you can drive check it.
You're not wrong. It is a little bit wasteful, but still it is a grade 3. You can potentially even put a grade 4 on it because it says greater. So if you really need a Bastion to restand your Bastion, I guess this fixes it. But at the same time, you know...
If this is placed on rear guard from hand, you can technically put a grade 2 on top, use a Youthberg skill to look at the top cards to call that card. You
can also technically use this, like imagine calling this and then either calling Alden or the other grade 1 that draws to call something else and then draw a card. So you can technically draw another grade 3 swinger.
Sure. But yeah, like I was saying, like if you play this in like Youthberg, you can stack your deck. Use this skill to discard a card to look at the top 3 cards and then call it.
You know what? This card's actually giving me more merit for Bastion and Youth than I gave it credit for. This might actually be potential.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. More cards that for some reason are not on the wiki, but don't worry, we can still cover them. Because we got Stealth Dragon Raja. Hey look, more stealth. This one is grade 1 for Dragon Empire. 8k power. Auto, when this unit is placed on rear guard, if your opponent's bind zone has a card, Soul Charge 1, and this unit gets power 2k until the end of turn, making it a 10k attack or a booster. Alex, you're the stealth master technically. What do you think of this?
Okay. They have a bind card, so you kind of have to use Soji Doji to set it up. If your opponent gives you nothing, it just does nothing.
So it's a common for a reason.
Yeah. I mean, it just becomes a 10k booster or attacker.
I will say, hold up, is there any technical Dragon Empire support in this set? Because we're technically getting 4 Rylines. Bruce, a Dark States, a Brain Gate, and a Stoicheia.
We have Eugene support.
Yeah.
And we also have Bob support. That's confirmed.
Now, technically, we also do have 2 cards from last set and this set that we saw that actually do bind cards on their own. So you will have stuff in your opponent's bind zone.
True. If you play those, yeah.
So I'm really wondering what those cards are supporting. That could be something that's coming in set 10, or maybe the Dragon Tree cards are going to be able to focusing on binding your opponent's stuff.
We shall see.
You're not wrong. Anyway, we're going to move on to, again, some interesting cards. This time we got to look at Thursday stream support. And as per usually, Thursday stream is not only going to show us some generic cards, potentially, but also a new Dragon Tree. So Alex, take it away.
Gloria Storm Dragon. It's a double rare, grade 2. Act rear guard once per turn. When you persona ride this turn, cost counterblast 1. Your opponent puts all their rear guards at the bottom of their deck in any order in the same row as this unit. Same row? Is that to say same column?
Damn it, Wiki. Let me check. Hold the phone. Okay. Counterblast 1, put all of your opponent's rear guard in the same column as this unit on the bottom of their deck in any order, and this unit gets 5k until the end of turn.
So yeah, a column.
Something's going on the Wiki. They're being very sloppy, lazy, and taking a while. I don't know if it's the holidays that's going on, or if someone who was in charge before is no longer there. I don't know.
Well, I will say that this is a really good Thagria support card.
Yes.
Because if you persona ride, you can just counterblast and go, boop, by column.
Like, we're starting to see a lot of generics. Like, even last week we saw a Dragon Empire double rare that's really generic, the one that binds. I'm starting to think these generic cards might be just that generic cards, but at the same time might be stuff that kind of supports cards in set 10.
Maybe.
Like foreshadowing. Granted, can you imagine this in Graham Grace? Some extra control.
I was going to say that, Graham Grace, yeah. Just get the power for the persona rise, and you get that, and on top of that, like, here, bottom.
Yep. All right, time to cover the Dragon Tree.
Yes. Fallen of the Dragon Tree. Solda
Zakabu.
It's a grade 1 triple rare auto. When this unit is placed on rear guard, cost counterblast 1. Choose one of your rear guard circles that has no Dragon Tree marker and put a Dragon Tree marker. Auto back row rear guard once per turn. When your rear guard is placed in front of the same column as this unit, cost counterblast 1 and draw a card. It's a lot of counterblasts, but essentially it just says something came in front of me, like counterblast, I draw once per turn.
It's not bad.
Tree, yeah. It's funny because technically you use the previous one, so it's something retired, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can Soul Blast one, look at the top 5, call this, get another put Dragon Tree marker, and then call something in front of this, draw a card.
I will say both the other grade 1 and this grade 1 for Dragon Tree both had 2 abilities that counterblasted, so they're technically counterblast 2 abilities. Mm-hmm. If this trend keeps on, I have a theory that whatever the main boss unit for Dragon Tree is going to do is either going to change their costs or make it to where you can actually do this stuff. Because you're not going to be able to make these markers that easily if they're always going to be counterblast. And then you're not going to be able to actually benefit from the other ability if you're going to keep counterblasting. You only have 5 really, unless you heal or countercharge.
At least the other one is also a Soul Blast for its second effect.
Correct.
So that one you can use more often, but this one's like, yeah, this one's pretty heavy.
No, wait, isn't this the other one also counterblast?
Oh, I thought it was Soul Blast.
Hold up. There's a beauty about re-scrolling. We can actually check this shit. Let's see here. There it is. Counterblast 1. Okay, yeah, you're right. It is Soul Blast 1 for its other ability. But still, like, 2 Dragon Tree cards, 3 CB, 1 Soul Blast cost. It gets expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, but until we actually see what the big boss unit is, excuse me, it's going to be really hard to test these cards because they don't really fit easily in any deck. But we got 2 promos again. to cover this time for some old gold encounter decks, MLB and PBO. And Alex, I'm sorry, I will call you out. Hashtag reading is fucking hard, eh?
Yeah. I was at work.
Right,
I blame me again on my break.
All right. Since Alex can't see these again because the promos are not on the wiki yet, I will be having the pleasure of reading these. And oh boy, do these cards look very, very stupid on paper and in reality. So first we're going to look at Faded Knight Cordelia, there we go. She's an 8K Keter Sanctuary Grade 1. Continuous back row center rear guard. If you have a Vanguard Majesty Lord Blaster, this unit gets the following abilities. Auto, at the end of the battle that this unit boosted, cost Counterblast 1, choose up to one of each Blaster Blade and Blaster Dark in your soul, and call them on separate rear guards in the same column. And then continuous rear guard. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, all of your grade 2 rearguards get boost. So, Mr. I just built MLB. Your opinion matters here.
So this, with the other promo that we got before this, turns into I hope you have a PG or GG the Vanguard.
Mm-hmm.
Because it gives everything grade 2 boost, not just Blaster. Which means the promo gets +5 for every blaster that attacks. Also gets a +5 for boosting too.
Oh my god, it does.
So it becomes a 25k booster to the Vanguard.
Oh my god, you can actually start running nothing but great
not the Vanguard, but the
Lord.
This has to be behind the Vanguard. But still, if they have 2 of them in this column, they're 25, so it's a 50k column that you can throw your triggers onto, yeah.
Like, you can actually, because this thing just needs to be in the back row to get the second continuous ability, which means you put a Blaster Blade and a Blaster Dark in the same column, they're already swinging for 20, if not 25, if you didn't retire something of your own.
Mm-hmm.
So, not only that, but now you're, like, one of the problems I had last time we played MLB, I think I played it on the channel, was the fact that I was playing way too many grade 2s, and then my rear guards weren't hitting if I didn't persona right at all, because nothing got enough power. Now, just throwing down any grade 2 and making a board is like, go. Just go.
Granted, you have to make sure you see this, but yeah, all you need is the one behind the Vanguard.
Dude, you play 4. You play 4.
Yeah. But yeah, just that promo alone, though, is like, you're getting 3 blaster attacks because you swing column, suck it up with the Vanguard, bring it back out, swing with that column. So that promo is getting +15, so it's 25.
Yeah.
Boosted by another 25. That's going to be a 50k column on its own without persona writing already.
Yes.
That's not including the triggers that your Vanguard probably threw on it.
But that's not the only promo we got, is it?
No, we got an even dumber one.
Sadly, for the even dumber one, we didn't get a name because the wiki and I don't know what else, but oh well. Sadness be sadness, but we did. It is a card for PBD/PBO, and this time this is a grade 2 for Keter. And it goes something a little like this. Continuous rearguard. If you have a Vanguard Blaster in its card name, when this unit would be retired for your card's cost, it may be regarded as retiring 2 rearguards, which for PBO and PBD is fucking amazing already. But it gets better than that. Auto, when this unit is retired by the ability of your Vanguard with Blaster in its card name, by your ability of your Vanguard with Blaster in its card name. And
don't make the mistake I did.
And your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, choose a Blaster Dark on your rearguard and it gets auto rearguard once per turn. When this unit attacks, discard a card from your hand, and this unit can perform drive checks until the end of that battle. At the end of that battle, retire this unit. I will say one very weird thing in skill making. I don't understand why the additional skill the Blaster Dark gains is a once per turn if it's going to get retired anyway.
Because I guess in premium, if you hit a stand trigger, it could restand, but they lose the drive anyways.
Yeah, but because you use the ability, or when this unit attacks, discard a card from your hand, this can perform drive checks. Like, if you're gonna do that and perform drive checks, you're gonna get retired. So why is it once per turn?
Maybe there's a way they're thinking you can restand it.
I don't know. Regardless, it's a fucking good card.
Yeah, now you have 4 drive checks inside of Phantom Blaster.
Yep. You are discarding a card, so you're basically netting 0.
Plussing 1.
Or actually, no, you're plussing 1. Because when you discard a card, your Blast of the Dark is gaining a drive check. But if you use Blast of the Dark's ability, you're getting Twin Drive. So you're technically overall plussing 1 card.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, this card's amazing. I can't wait to try it out.
Yeah, like this is nuts. And on top of that, it's cool. You're just gonna put it in the front row, and it's already counts as 2 rear guard swings, so you don't have to make an entire combo. You see this on the board to die.
And on top of that, this basically also protects your... You can literally now run 1 Blast of Dark, and you're fine for the whole game. It can't get bound unless... Okay, granted, unless people start running those 2 Dragon Empire cards we saw. Because Eva can't touch it, because it's gonna just run away before you can use its order.
Yeah.
Or Soji Doji for that matter.
Regardless, these are both really strong promos.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But that's not where we're ending. We got one last card to cover. And oh boy, this is a Dark States card for Barrow Magnus. Azure Frenzied Flame Fleniado.
Glad you read that, not me.
Huh?
Glad you read that and not me.
I know, right? It is a double rare, grade 2, 10k for Dark States. And it has the following ability: auto regrow. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if you have a Vanguard Barrow Magnus in its card name, put another rear guard into your soul. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards and put it into their soul. If you could not put a opponent's rear guard into their soul, this unit gets 10k until the end of that battle. Stupid. I don't
know where they're gonna find the spot for this, or where its effects really that useful in the deck, considering the space that you need. But I mean, it's good that it's getting support.
I will say this: if people can find a spot for this, this could be the extra little oomph you need to get to that 15. Because let's say you're at 14 and you're just missing that 1 soul charge. If you have this on board, there's your soul charge. There's the way to get to 15. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, if you don't have really good units in soul to call, like you do have your grade 2 Barrow Magnus card that's a 2k and it gains 2k power for every card in soul. That thing on its own, if you're at 15, can already get to 32. Not to mention 42 when it's called out of soul. So it's going to be stronger than this card. But if you don't have that, you can call this out of soul, use its ability after whatever other calling is swung, and this thing is going to be swinging for 30k on its own because it gains 10k from Barrow and 10k from itself. So it's a good backup card in all honesty.
On top of that, if you know you're not going to be able to meet your conditions for Barrow, at least this card can say, I'm going to suck up the unicorn.
Yes.
Put it into my soul so I can set up at least.
Yes.
That way they're not dead cards in your hand.
Yes. I will say this. Yes, this can definitely be early game because it just needs Barrow. But I will say this. I'm glad I've met some people in the UK because now I follow them on Twitter and people are already commenting for premium. Imagine putting back into the soul your, what's it called?
Oh, the Enigmatic Assassin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Barrow is already a basically finisher. People are going from NLK into Barrow and then burying out anything they need. And now they can just Enigmatic Assassin out, swing an Enigmatic Assassin, put it into soul with this, swing with the Barrow. Like, combos are being made. Stupid shit's being done.
Welcome to Dark States, boys.
Anyway, with all that being said, that has been it for the leaks. So we're going to start moving into the news section. But before that, if you're interested in any of the cards we just mentioned, go check out Triple Sleeve TCG.
They got great deals on singles, coin splits, even cases. So check out the website.
Link will be in the description. So the news section, like I said, is very filled with a lot of good goodies. And the first thing I do want to talk about is our boy Fuzzy. So, for people that are on Twitter, you might know the man, the myth, the legend named Fuzzy Paradox. He is doing some amazing work, or has been doing some amazing work, and will be doing some amazing work by putting on his Twitter results from any and all Vanguard tournaments that are honestly big. BCSs, Japan's tournaments, just showing us results and amazing pie charts of what decks are topping, what decks get the top 8, what decks get the top 4, and so forth and so forth. And he has been our foremost and primary source of these things for the last year, I want to say, if not more. Well, the man has taken upon himself to go even further beyond and has made a actual website called VG Paradox. Link is on screen or in the info box. It will be also in the description. And this website is honestly fucking amazing. You not only are going to be able to see upcoming events, news, as well as the same results you're going to see on his Twitter and the same pie charts and everything, but you get so much more, from tournaments to deck lists and even rankings. What I mean by rankings, I mean by player rankings. Who's gotten what medal, what tournament, how many times, as well as what decks are topping, what decks have been top 8, top 4, you use the most. Like, this website is fucking awesome. It not only looks good, but it gives us all the necessary information for competitive. Alex, your thoughts?
I mean, this is great for people that really want to see like what decks are strong, what people are topping. They get ideas of, hey, should I, this guy topped the world and he's talking about, like his deck list and everything. Like, but is he credible enough? Like, how many tops has he had? Well, this is a great way to see where they rank amongst all the other competitive players.
Correct. And look, even if you go on Europe and rankings, if you scroll a little bit down, somewhere down there at number 35, there's my name. Hey man, it's one top. Well, I'll take it.
Now it's the goal for me to make this list.
Hey now, oh yeah, that's actually a really good segue. Because it's the end of the year, Bushiroad gave us an early Christmas present by announcing that not only Bushiroad Rumble Online 2023 will be back, but also Bushiroad Springfest 2023. Technically also a Vanguard Zero tournament, but that's not as important as the other two. This is going to be so exciting. So, Bushiroad Rumble Online is set to be March 4th and 5th for V Premium, May 20th and 21st for White Schwartz, August 19 and 20 for Standard, and November 18 and 19 for Premium. When I actually haven't read those dates yet, so I was a little bit shocked. And I'm liking the fact that they're spacing it out. Last time, or both years actually, we've had Rumble in literally 4 weeks. And it was 4 weeks of nonstop Vanguard and 4 weekends of nonstop Vanguard if people are playing all formats. This is a little bit more better, I want to say, because it spaces them out. And also gives you a little bit of breathing room. Not all to mention, maybe even some sets can come out between them, especially for Standard.
Yeah, I do like that because, I mean, it gives you a bit of breather room because, I mean, not everybody can like have a whole month of weekends in a row to do all the tournaments, So this gives them time to, all right, if you get a few, one season here, one season there, the other season there.
At this current moment, there's not really any prizes still set. They're still updating completely this schedule and website, because as you can see on the graphic that we used, it technically still says BRO 2022 schedule, while the dates are mentioning 2023. So this is still in work in progress, and more updates will be coming within the year of 2023. As for Springfest, we do have some dates and regions that have literally been changing within the last 24 hours.
Oh boy, I need to read this now because I didn't know that it changed in 24 hours.
Oh yeah, when the first list came out, there were certain dates and stuff, and then 24 hours later, within the 24 hours, same dates have changed. For example, for Europe, we had some dates for France and Benelux and London and so forth, and then now everything in Europe except for Spain is to be added. As for North America, they've added extra locations as well as changed some dates. I believe Dula, Georgia, that our group has mostly looked at, was set in May, and now it's been moved to April 1st and 2nd.
Also, it was Atlanta, not Tula. So yeah, it changed actual cities.
Yeah. So a lot of things have been changing. Like I said, this is just announced. More will be changed as closer we get. But the first few tournaments in Springfest are going to start in March. And looking at this, they're going to go all the way to June. So we're going to have a good Springfest season. And it also looks like each region is going to have a minimum of 6 tournaments or more.
That's good.
What I do want to mention, however, is the prizes have also been announced for Springfest. The participation promos are going to be as followed and are on screen for listeners. Listen carefully. Vanguard Standard is going to get the Lyrical Peltralka, the basically Highlander version of Lyrical, the one promo that I don't think we ever gotten in English.
Yeah.
And then V Premium is going to get Witch of Divine Amult's Linden. Premium is going to get Mono Module Dragon. And of course, Why Sword Your Brain is a Chica card for Love and War, yada yada yada, Kaguya-sama. So those are the participation promos. And then everybody, especially Chris, are losing their shit for the actual championship promos because they picked some really good cards. For Standard, the championship promo is going to be Eva Grade 3. Oh boy, people are going to lose their shit. For V, it's going to be the Rebirth, the Reverse, the Rebirth. And for Premium, it's actually Starvader Chaos Breaker Dragon. And in my Weiss Schwartz peeps, you're getting an avatar card for Weiss Schwartz.
They have Avatar in Weiss?
Avatar just joined Weiss. Yes, you want to join?
I didn't know that they did that. Like I've been watching some of their stuff about what they add and stuff, but that one went past me.
I think if I'm not mistaken, Avatar is in Weiss, and I think it is in English only. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. I don't know much Weiss. I just hear what my friends tell me.
Well then,
I might have gotten Alex into Weiss.
Hey, look, man, if the Attack on Titan and the Godzilla did, I don't know if Avatar will.
But still, these championship promos are really sick picks. Not only do they look amazing, but the fact that what they are, like Eva shot up so much. I feel Lon was also like, man. Right? You saw the man. How did Lon react when he found out that Eva was a championship promo?
The man has a goal now.
Yes. Okay, but that was Springfest and BRO. And the last bit of news that we need to cover, because there was one more Christmas present, technically, that Bushiroad gave us. And that's the fact that English Bushiroad will be announcing a Phyros rules update for the English edition on December 30th. Ban list. Translation, ban list.
Yes. It's pretty much a ban list. I mean, it's not like they haven't been not like them to not change rule fighter rule. Like, yeah, I mean, they have changed things before, I think.
I think Fighter Rules is mostly update to the new stuff, either any new mechanics or any new additions, rulings, tokens, you know. Like, for example, they're going to be introducing the upgraded tokens in D. Granted, we already have upgraded tokens because of V, but maybe these are going to be different, so needing to update the rules for that, maybe.
I mean, they also showed us, I think, the Force 2, XL2, and everything through a Fighter Rule update.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you could have something like that down the road, like something to do with markers. But it's 80 to 90% sure this is the ban list.
And because it's a ban list and everybody's going to ask this question, what are your thoughts? What do you think they're going to put on the ban list? Or what do you want them to put on the ban list?
I'm going to say this now. If they do not put Steam Maidens on this list, if they do not put Steam Maidens on this list, oh boy, the community.
Oh, you mean not? What do you mean the community? Worlds. World is going to be one thing and one thing only.
Oh yeah. Please be Steam Maidens on this list.
But my prediction is, honestly, I think they're going to copy the Japanese list with us getting set 7 and set 8 on the horizon. I think Unrestricted Inlet and Maggie is going to follow suit, as well as Darkstrain. And since we don't have Monster Strike, they're not going to touch that, so it doesn't exist in English.
Yeah.
But I will be very curious to see if they're going to hit anything else. Because I'm going to be backing off of Solemn. Premium right now is a little bit here and there with certain decks, but it's honestly in a really good spot and nothing really needs to get hit. And then you get to look at V and it's like Steam Maidens. Please, just for the love of God, hit Steam Maidens.
Yeah, that's all I can say from this is please.
Exactly. Anyway, with all that being said and those thoughts and opinions being shared, I think we're going to end this episode here. Yeah. Well, granted, the only other thing is to say is Merry Christmas, everybody, because if this drop and when I wanted to drop, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays, and we'll see you in the new year. Probably some other videos going to drop before then, but still, just in case. Anyway, with that all being said, we're going to end this episode here. Thank you everybody so much for watching another episode of V-Time. If you like the episode, please like, share it with your friends, comment down below what you think about the new Velstra Support, the ban list, the Fuzzy's website, or anything else we mentioned. But if you like what we do here, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell to get notified. Maybe even follow us on Twitter, join us on Discord, like I said, Facebook, watch us over here at YouTube, or maybe even listen to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. But all that being said, I have been Philip.
This is Alex.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Woo! What the fuck are you doing?
Don't act like I'm holding a sword like a knight, like a blaster blade.
Dude, Velstra product. How do I symbolize a product?
Put on a business suit with a tie, stalks.